again, I'm Alex Miceli, and this is my one take. BMW Championship Week over. U.S. Amateur over. Now all of a sudden we know who's going to be in the Tour Championship, and it's not going to be Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, Jordan Spieth, or Jason Day. What are you smoking, Alex? What do you mean Woods, Mickelson, Spieth, Day are not going to be in the Tour Championship? That's right, they're not. They didn't make the Tour Championship. They're not in the top 30 in the FedEx Cup points. How is that possible? At any point during the season, you would have thought one of those guys was going to be in the Tour Championship. But no, nada, none. Now, if you would have bet that all four would have missed and Corey Connors was going to be in, you'd be going ding, 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 because you would have been the winner. Are you serious? You would have been the winner? Yes, you would have been the winner. That just shows you that this game doesn't wait for anybody. If you fall behind, you ain't going to make the top 30. And the top 30 probably is the holy grail right now on the PGA Tour. Now, how did they not make the top 30? Well, obviously didn't play well at BMW. Now, how is that possible? Because it was a chip and putt course, for goodness sakes. Medina number 3 held the U.S. Open where Hale Irwin beat Mike Donald in the playoff. Every time Hale Irwin pulled the club and hit a shot, you were cringing as you were watching because it was so scary to watch it on that golf course. Tiger Woods, 1999. Sergio's appearance in professional golf. Tiger Woods wins. What does he shoot? 70, 67, 68, 72. Not bad, 11 under. That's what he's supposed to shoot, right? It's a PGA Championship. 20 guys that year broke par at Medina number 3. It's a scary place. It's just a scary place. Well, it used to be a scary place. Now, what do we have? 64 players broke par at Medina at the BMW. 64. Justin Thomas won at 25 under, more than doubling what Tiger Woods shot in 1999. Hideki Matsuyama on Friday shot 63. Excuse me? What'd you say? 63? Medina number 3? 63? No. Did he play only 15 holes? 16 holes? What? Of course, then Justin Thomas decided to play all 18 and shot 61. What's going on? I don't want to hear Jack Nicklaus in the ball. I want to hear what Adam Scott had to say, because when you ask Adam Scott, he's been playing for a while in this environment and he knows what he's talking about. Long means nothing to us is his response. Now, he had a lot of other things to say, but long means nothing to us. Soft greens, fast greens, soft conditions. It was 76 plus at Medina. It could have been 8,000 and it wouldn't have mattered. Maybe the score would have been 20 under instead of 25 under, but it doesn't matter. You give those guys those conditions and they're just going to eat it like they eat your lunch. So we could go back to the ball discussion, which I don't want to go back to. Or we could go to a discussion that Adam Scott brought up and actually that Tiger Woods supported, which is making the driver head smaller. In both cases, players said, look, nobody thinks about hitting something else. They just grab the driver and go. And wherever it is, they just pick a club and hit it. Well, if you watched the Open Championship, you saw that that is not the case in those golf courses. So maybe there is something to making the head smaller, because if you make the head smaller, maybe it'll be harder to hit. You certainly aren't going to get the same distance. There's something, there's some solution. I'm not going to be the one to say I know what it is. I would defer to an Adam Scott and actually even to a Tiger Woods before you defer to me, for goodness sakes. But the bottom line is that you can't take a FedEx Cup playoff event and think that 63 and 61 and 64 guys under par makes a lot of sense, right? You agree? Of course you agree. Andy Ogletree won the Walker Cup. Walker Cup. What do you mean the Walker Cup? No, he made the Walker Cup team. He didn't win the Walker Cup. I hope he does win the Walker Cup in a couple of weeks when they're at Royal Liverpool. But he won the U.S. Amateur Pinehurst number 2 and number 4. Great job. I mean, really, it was difficult golf course, played well, made the Walker Cup team, is going to be in the Masters, going to be in the U.S. Open. Terrific. The leader of that team, though, is going to be Cole Hammer, who actually has played in U.S. Opens as a kid, played in the U.S. Amateur, didn't get as far, obviously, as Andy Ogletree, #1 amateur in the world, and he's going to be leading the U.S. team that's going to be captained by Nathaniel Crosby at Royal Liverpool. It's going to be interesting to see what happens because we've seen a lot of American players already defect to the professional ranks that could have been on this Walker Cup team. At the same time, the GB&I announced their team, and the guy I always like to focus on was a caddy for his brother in the U.S. Amateur when it was at the country club. That would be Matthew Fitzpatrick's brother, Alex. Matthew won that U.S. Amateur, and since then has played, I mean, really, really well. Played Walker Cups, has won a lot. I would say an overachiever, no offense to you, Matthew. But Alex Fitzpatrick, who plays at Wake Forest, I think is actually even a better player, has more game than Matthew Fitzpatrick does. And actually, if you ask Matthew, he may not disagree with me here. He may agree, but it doesn't matter right now because still, at an amateur, we're going to see Alex Fitzpatrick at the Walker Cup, and we'll see what he can do. Pretty good. I can't wait. I love Walker Cups. They're tremendous. There's almost nothing better than a Walker Cup. There's nothing better, as you can see in the U.S. Amateur, there's nothing better than walking along with the players and getting a sense for what it's like to be inside the ropes in a big event. That's what you get at a U.S. Amateur. That's what you get at a Walker Cup. Lastly, I didn't really watch much of the BMW. Why would I? I mean, it was like watching the Bob Hope Desert Classic, for goodness sakes, and we were at Bermuda Dunes. So instead, on Thursday, I was at the fair. And as you can see here, it was more entertaining than anything I would have watched in golf this week, practically. Now, this slow guy here that you're going to see in a second, his nickname is Bryson D. Hambone. That's right, Bryson D. Hambone. The slow guy. Bryson, don't take this personally, because you aren't the slow guy. But still, I thought that was pretty funny. Now, let me think about this for a second. Would I want to watch racing pigs or be bored by watching the PGA Tour play some course that everybody gets up and hits driver everywhere and then finds the ball and hits it again? I leave it up to you. Racing pigs, BMW Championship. No offense to the people at the Western Golf Association, do a great job. I'm going with racing pigs. At least that's what I did on Thursday. All right, next week, Tour Championship. Then we're going to be packing it up and going overseas to see a Walker Cup, a Solheim Cup, and then the BMW on the European Tour at Wentworth. I'm Alex Miceli. Thanks for watching.